Hey everybody, and from the top floor of the furthest up building here in UCLA's wonderful campus in Westwood, good evening. For some of you, good afternoon, and yet others, good morning. From whatever part of the time, from whatever time zone and part of the world you're joining us from today, welcome. I'm Brett Steele, and I'm Dean of the UCLA School of the Arts and Architecture, and I am absolutely thrilled to be here today to celebrate commencement and this extraordinary class of 2021. Rituals like this one, this commencement, always bring foremost to mind the topic of time. Given the extraordinary time in which we've all found ourselves this past year, I think it's fair to say we've all probably learned some new things, not only about ourselves, but also about time. For example, we're sharing and experiencing this commencement across a world of different screens, devices, and time zones in ways that few of us could have ever imagined not so long ago. A year ago, amidst the pandemic, and a mere 2 weeks after the brutal and reprehensible murder of George Floyd, I stood here and acknowledged those horrors while also welcoming and celebrating 2020's graduates in this school's first ever live virtual commencement. At that point, I don't think any of us could have ever fully imagined that 1 full year later, I would be standing here again in my office on the top floor of an empty Broad Art Center, opening this school's second live virtual commencement, and again, celebrating the incredible accomplishments of this school's newest graduates. I suppose if there's one thing in particular that we've all learned this past year, it is just how truly extraordinary it is, this thing we all call time. This past year, nearly all of our daily routines and habits have changed and have had to change. And alongside those changes, our experience of the passage of time itself has changed. So I'm wondering if we can all just take a moment here and think again of all the different rhythms of activity, all the different time signatures that brought each of us to this commencement today. Think of the all-consuming attention that all of your critical projects, your assignments, your works of art have demanded of you, and demanded of your total focus and your total commitment. Think too of the accumulation of all of those separate, discrete past projects and moments of learning, all of those assignments, those performances, papers, pinups, and critiques, all those hours, days, and weeks and months of learning during your time here in this school. Depending on your program of study, your journeys here began 2 or 3 or even more years ago, not to mention the years of education and incredible, beautiful lived experiences that preceded your arrival here at UCLA. Think, and think above all of all that time. Think of your own personal timelines as well as our parallel timelines that have brought us all together here in this moment. And think too of those who joined you and supported you on your journeys. Your classmates, your teachers, your friends, your family, your loved ones. Think of what your time, what this ceremony also means to them, and why they are so proud of you all here today. Because this time is also their time. It's an absolute commencement tradition to say that what we celebrate here today isn't the ending of something so much as a beginning. And up to this point, your wonderful student lives have been filled above all with the steady rhythms of academic life itself. Your time has been organized and structured and scheduled and choreographed by quarters and years and midterms and final presentations, by credit hours, by upper and lower division courses. But from today, time is going to start doing some pretty weird and unusual things for all of you. You're going to find that time starts to stretch out. It's going to become more elastic and maybe even just a bit more malleable. Something that you can shape and bend on your own terms, which I know you'll all be doing across an entire lifetime. And without the familiar structures that have dictated how your time is spent, it'll now be so much more up to each and every one of you to determine how best to use your time and how to use it in ways that I know, and I absolutely know, will be as original and unique as each and every one of you graduates already are. As time, in a very real sense, from this day forward, becomes your lifetimes. But let's go back for just a moment to the here and now. And with mention of maybe the most obvious of 2021 things. You have all endured and overcome so much to be here today, most especially during these past unbelievable, incredible 15 months. All of us here today know that your vision and your creativity will carry you forward into projects, into careers, and indeed into futures that none of us here today can begin to fully imagine. But I know will lead to change, and change around not only your lives, but all of those lives that you touch. It is absolutely true that the world needs the work you will be making. It needs the art, the change, and the knowledge each of you will create and continue to create. So, on behalf of all our faculty, all our staff, and all of the other students making up this incredible school at this particular moment in time, congratulations to each and every one of you, the graduates of the UCLA School of the Arts and Architecture's class of 2021. Thank you. It is now my distinct honor to introduce this year's keynote speaker. He's an artist and an advocate for social and criminal justice reform like none other. He is someone who has persevered and triumphed in the face of unthinkable hardship, and someone whose own life circumstances have meant he has had, to say the least, a lot of time to think about time, and in ways and in circumstances few of us will ever be able to imagine. Fulton Leroy Washington. The artist, better known to many as Mr. Wash, was born in Louisiana and raised in the greater Los Angeles area, in Watts, in Gardena, and in Compton. Mr. Wash took an early liking to art as a child, and as he's often said to many, he learned to repair just about anything while he was growing up. By high school, he had founded his own business, a handyman service, and was working with members of his community all around him. In 1996, Mr. Wash was running a successful repair and construction business when he was arrested and convicted on nonviolent drug offenses. He fought those charges then, and to this day continues to fight to prove his innocence. And because of the mandatory minimum sentencing guidelines of that era, our speaker today was sent to prison to serve 2 simultaneous life sentences. And it was in prison where Mr. Wash taught himself to paint and where he commenced his artistic practice. In dangerous, unpredictable, and unforgiving places, Mr. Wash painted portraits that are incredibly tender, emotional, and humane. His artistic gifts quickly earned him the respect and admiration of his fellow inmates, who he sometimes depicted in his paintings in settings related to their lives and in places far from the prisons where they served time. In 2016, after 21 years in 3 different prisons, then President Barack Obama commuted Mr. Wash's sentence. Since his release, Mr. Wash has gone on to start a fashion line and is creating a nonprofit to help incarcerated artists everywhere. And of course, he continues to paint. Several of his works are currently on view at our Hammer Museum and at the Huntington as part of this year's Made in LA 2020 exhibition. And if you can, I absolutely encourage you to see this extraordinary artist's paintings in person. Please, please take the time. Mr. Wash has also designed this year's commencement program, which will be mailed to each of our graduates, along with some very special gifts, which he himself will tell you about in a moment. Mr. Wash has led a truly remarkable life, and he is absolutely one of the most inspiring individuals and artists I have ever encountered and had an opportunity to learn from. He has so much wisdom to share about life, about the power of art to inspire change, and why it's so important to make the most of the time each of us has. Everybody, please join me in welcoming Mr. Wash.
Thank you, Dean Steele. Good afternoon. My name is Fulton Leroy Washington. I'm a self-taught artist who learned to paint with oils while serving a federal sentence for a crime I did not commit. I'm honored to be here and be your commencement speaker. And I give honor to God for blessing me with this expanded freedom beyond the prison walls to address you here today. I'd like to also acknowledge and thank Dean Brett Steele, Associate Deans Victoria Marks and Lauren McCarthy, the Assistant Dean Michael Chung, and all of the leadership of the school, with a very, very special thanks to Anna Marie Burt and her team for getting me here today. To the parents and the loved ones of these extraordinary students, the undergrads and the grads who make up this definitely very special arts and architecture class of 2021. Thank you for having me. I come before you following a unique path of education, having gained knowledge and having learned through experience one of life's most valuable lessons. Time is your most valuable asset. Please repeat that after me. Time is your most valuable asset. Out of all the things that you can obtain in this life, time is the only thing that you cannot get back. You can replace your phone, your clothes, your car, your house, your job, career, your health, and even your education, but you cannot replace time. Once it's passed, it's gone forever. My advice to you is, don't waste time. Use your time to benefit others, and others will benefit you. You are the creators of the future. So I want to give you 4 points of advice. 1, start early so you won't be late. You know the old cliche, the early bird gets the worm. 2, get prepared and stay prepared. Never stop learning or continuing to educate yourself. 3, know what you'll do next. Don't go to sleep unless you know what you're going to wake up for. And 4, the only way to predict the future is to create the future. Don't dismiss or abandon your creative ideas. They are the reality. I now want to share my personal story with you. And another piece of advice. Do not let life's circumstances dictate the use of your time. You can be in this world and not of it. I'm sure you all will face difficult and challenging times ahead. Your time is yours to spend as you choose. I was falsely accused, wrongfully convicted, and sentenced to life in federal prison without the possibility of parole. I chose to be optimistic in a life of despair. I believed in the legal system and that one day I would be freed. See, I believe that faith without works is dead. So with my faith, I continue to work towards a better future. The confinement that I suffered only held my physical body, but could not capture my mind or my desire to learn, be creative, and to share with others. Realizing that I would be a senior citizen by the time I got out, I quickly decided to pursue art as an activity that would allow me to be creative, to support my legal fight to prove my innocence, and provide me with the career once I returned to the streets. I didn't stop there. I found myself in new worlds being housed in 3 different prisons, 3 different states, with 3 different groups of inmates, amongst 3 different communities, all living in fear, in need of hope and guidance into a new way of thinking and a new purpose in life. I decided to lead by example. I was blessed to share my gift as an artist and use my art as a way of communicating. My paintings told the stories of my fight through the legal system, recording history for fairness and criminal justice reform. I became the art instructor at every institution I was housed. Through my sharing of self-knowledge, experience, and skills, many of the inmates found hope in a new purpose in life as they pursued their individual fields of interest. Some became writers, some legal scholars, group leaders, better parents, and even artists. Some, like myself, also became advocates for criminal justice reform. We physically exist in a binary world, a world of days and nights, hot and cold, right and wrong, this or that, students and teachers, creators and consumers. But you, in selecting arts and architecture, chose to be creators. You are the future of the world. The world needs creators, artists, architects, dancers, choreographers, makers and designers of all kinds to fashion our future. I believe that it is you in this world that have been chosen to redirect what this world will look and function like in the future. Your education in arts and architecture prepares you to create the world as you envision it. A world in balance with nature that is able to expand in population without decay and prejudice. A world with safe, reusable energy. A world in which housing and transportation and products that we make don't just consume energy, but have the capability to produce energy from nature. Imagine that the exterior of cars and trucks harness the sun and the wind as reusable energy. A world where surfaces of cargo containers are lined with solar panels to supplement energy, to supplement the energy that it takes to transport the cargo. Imagine that. Imagine a world in which personal human transportation, say the car, is not limited to the ground, but gives you the choice whether to drive, fly, or go beneath the sea. Imagine that your personal energy transports you anywhere that you want to be. a world where humans are living off the planet while still supporting this world. A new way of thinking is especially important right now as we transcend to the 21st century into saving our planet while exploring the galaxy for new worlds to share. Note, I didn't say new worlds to conquer. You can use your creativity and your art to communicate your truth, your vision, your ideas for the future, to teach us all a better, kinder, more equitable, sustainable way of being in the world. UCLA Arts Class of 2021, I made 2 special gifts for you that you will receive in the mail in the coming weeks. One would be a t-shirt in remembrance of this day. And the other is a time chart bookmark that allows you to reference your age to how many years you have already lived compared to how many days that you have left to be creative. The chart, which you should be able to see on the screen right now, explains that if you live to be 100 years old, you only get 36,500 days. When using the time chart, keep in mind that there are only 24 hours in each day, and it's up to you to choose what you do with them regardless of how long you live. I advise you to use the time chart with your calendar to set your daily, weekly, and monthly activities. Use it to set your short, midterm, and long-term goals. Try to plan your life and your careers out at least 5 years at a time, if you can. And reference the chart to see if your goals are being met daily and whether your days are good days or bad compared to the goals that you set. While never forgetting the past, it's up to us, the creative minds of our time, to share and record our thoughts and our ideas to help sustain the future. It is also important that your creativity and your work never stop. You must not let the circumstances and pressures of this life suppress your creative imagination, because your imagination is our future. If you fail to create, we fail to grow. If we fail to grow, we soon fail to exist. Time is your most valuable asset. Be selective, thoughtful, and careful how you spend it. Don't waste time. Go from here and create the future. Keep your bookmarks in your mind. Use it throughout the days of your life as a reminder that time is a gift and it's your greatest asset. Make the world a better place to live for yourself, for your children, and society by using your educational training to help others. For me, today was a good day. Thank you all for sharing your time with me. Congratulations, UCLA Arts Class of 2021. Thank you.
Mr. Wash, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
And thank you for making it a good day for us.
It's a blessing to be here.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you. Thank you for your words, your wisdom, and on a day like today, thank you for the time. Thank you. Absolutely extraordinary. So I'd like a moment here to thank and recognize all of our members of faculty. The spirit, the dedication, the empathy, and the resilience with which each of you, every last one of you, have met the challenges of this past 15 months especially has just been inspiring beyond words. I'm proud to be your colleague and collaborator, and thank you, along with everybody else and all of our graduates, for the brilliant efforts and service throughout this year and always. You, our faculty, are the heart and soul of this institution, of this school, and you play an immeasurable role in the lives and success of our students and our graduates. Thank you. I'd like here also, of course, to acknowledge the incredible contributions made by our devoted staff here in the school who have helped to make today's celebration possible and all of the days and months and weeks before so successful in leading into today's event. And our departmental and school counseling staff especially, who have worked tirelessly and throughout this year of all years to ensure that our students have been supported in every imaginable way and to be able to reach this culminating moment in each of their lives. Thank you all so much. So I'm pleased to present the 2021 graduate student speaker for the School of the Arts and Architecture. This honor rotates every year to one of the departments in our school, and this year we have a graduate speaker from the Department of World Arts and Culture's Dance. It is my great pleasure to introduce Cara Janelle Wade.
Greetings to the 2021 graduating class y los estudiantes de la Escuela de Arts and Architecture. Allow me to first acknowledge our presence on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Gabrielino Tongva people. As a land-grant institution, we pay our respects to our ancestors, elders, and relatives, past, present, and emerging. My name is Cara Janelle Wade, and I honor the direct lineage through my Baba and Iya, my father, Dr. Eugene H.P. Wade, and my mother, Mrs. Portia Battle Wade. Over the past year and a half, we have persevered through some of the most unprecedented challenges our generation has seen. We have experienced a global pandemic, social uprisings, and a divided political climate, all of which have altered our personal journeys here at UCLA. Yet and still, we rise. We rose above social isolation, the shift to a virtual world, and the need to unmute every time we desire to speak. You, my colleagues, have done the unthinkable, and through it all, you have finished strong. The ability to shift, recover in a crisis, and to face adversity head on, that is resilience, which deserves to be celebrated. I think back on the milestones when the resilience of my ancestors shifted the trajectory of American history and the challenges they faced while turning dreams into realities during their academic tenures. Reflecting back on the suffrage march of 1913, when my sorors of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated united to fight for women's rights to vote, and the ways in which Mary McLeod Bethune utilized her studies to manifest institutions for her people. I pay homage to the 4 A&T Aggies who initiated the Woolworth sit-ins in 1960 in my hometown of Greensboro, North Carolina, along with Ruby Bridges, whose bravery initiated public school integration at just 6 years old. I acknowledge Dr. Angela Davis, whose education progressed into serving as an iconic activist, and every collegiate student who sacrificed their safety as a freedom rider through the southern belly of this nation. I honor every king and queen who has answered the call to dismantle white supremacy, discrimination, and institutionalized racism, which in turn has allowed many of us to succeed in higher education today. As a graduate of UCLA's Department of World Arts and Culture / Dance in the School of Arts and Architecture, I am grateful to be among creatives and visionaries who see the bigger picture and envision a brighter future. The participation in protests, petitions, leadership, and unity among our class is monumental in seeing a continued change for the generations to come. And I salute us all for being committed to the revolution. Celebrating our diverse backgrounds, professions, lifestyles, and creed, I believe we each possess the power to be iconic in our destinies. The path that has been set before you comes with a torch set ablaze, and I encourage you to charge forward as the proud Bruin that you have become. To every professor, department chair, dean, and mentor who saw the potential in our artistry and greatness, I say thank you. Thank you for your support, guidance, and the opportunity to grow in an environment that has challenged us to tap into our greatness. In the words of Nina Simone, as an artist, it is our duty to reflect the time. And at this time, I have seen our crafts flourish in activism, pride, and on the front lines to advocate for our communities. We each have a role to play, and those roles led us to UCLA for a divine purpose. As we are each uniquely and wonderfully made, be proud of yourselves for the accomplishment that you've made today. There is a torch with your name on it and a trail to blaze. So hold your head high, go forth in the world, and as a proud Bruin alumni, I say congratulations, and I pray that you continue to rise.
Kara, KJ, thank you so much. Now, I'm pleased to present the 2021 undergraduate student speaker for the School of the Arts and Architecture. As with our graduate student speaker, this honor rotates each year to one of the departments in our school. And this year, our speaker has been selected by the Department of Architecture and Urban Design. Please welcome Charlie Andrews.
I am honored to speak today on behalf of the undergraduate class of the School of Arts and Architecture, and I would like to begin by congratulating my fellow graduates on their achievements. I would also like to extend our gratitude to all those who have made it possible for us to be here today. Our parents, friends, family, faculty, and especially our professors, who have also had to make the difficult transition to an online environment. I know we're all probably tired of hearing this, but the past year really has been difficult, and we should all be proud of ourselves for graduating, which is a great accomplishment even without a global pandemic looming over us. And while I wish we were celebrating together in person, I feel certain that we will see each other again. I have no doubt that we've all come to realize that subjects like art, music, architecture, and the performing arts are very difficult to teach, evaluate, and accomplish remotely. So, once more, I would like to thank our educators and departments for all their efforts in adapting their curriculum and congratulate us for persisting throughout an incredibly challenging chapter of our lives, personal and academic. As an architectural studies student, I have come to learn that your work is never done. Whether you're attempting something small, like drawing a plan site, or something much larger, like furthering your education. I'm sure we've all presented what we think is a complete and perfect product, only to be met with a list of changes to make for next time. At first, this process was daunting and more than a little disheartening, especially because I've yet to meet an artist or architect who isn't personally attached to their work. However, I've come to realize that through this process, this continuous critique, we've all been conditioned to never settle, to want to excel, and to always search for ways to improve, which are traits that I know will serve us well as we begin our professional careers or continue our academic ones. It's hard to realize that our time as UCLA students is coming to a close. I know that more than anything, I will miss my classmates, some of whom I count as my closest and dearest friends. The small nature of our classes and our many shared experiences have fostered a close sense of community. It's easy to become friends with people that you see nearly every day, regardless of whether you see them in person or through your computer. And the collaborative environment of studio classes creates lifelong connections. There's no better bonding experience than teaching someone the hidden options of a Rhino command. Personally, I know my friendships have been strengthened by stressful midterm pinups, long hours and shared meals spent in our Perloff studio, and now through our long-distance learning experience, all of which I'll remember fondly. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. The world is what we will make it to be, and I believe it is in excellent hands. Congratulations.
Charlie, thank you so much. Each year, an undergraduate student from each of our majors in the school is chosen based on their academic record to serve as a Chancellor's Marshal at our school's commencement ceremony. The Chancellor's Marshal is an honorary designation, and our marshals normally help with the logistics of our commencement event by leading the procession of students and faculty into and out of the ceremony site. We want to take a moment here to recognize our 5 Chancellor's Marshals from the class of 2021 for their distinguished scholastic achievements. From the Department of Architecture and Urban Design, Lisa Sumiko Stewart. From the Department of Art, Louisa Edwards. From the Department of Design Media Arts, Ivy Levitt. From the dance major within the Department of World Arts and Cultures Dance, Hannah Ferguson. And from the World Arts and Cultures major within the Department of World Arts and Cultures Dance, Diana Rosa Castro. Graduates, before we disperse into our separate departmental sessions where your degrees will be conferred today and where I am sure much, much more merriment is in store, I want to offer my hearty congratulations and very, very best wishes for your future endeavors. I and all of us in the school so look forward to keeping in touch as you move forward and as you continue to move us forward into the future. I also very, very much look forward to coming together again in person to celebrate your many achievements, which we will absolutely do just as soon as we as a school are able to do so. And before we move into the next phase of today's ceremony, I would be remiss if we did not take a moment to acknowledge and thank the parents and grandparents and brothers and sisters and spouses, partners, children, and friends of our graduates, all of whom have worked so hard and sacrificed so much to make today possible. Your strength and guidance have no doubt helped ensure each and every one of our graduates' immense success. Thank you all. From wherever you all are joining us today across the city, indeed across the nation and entire world, we thank and applaud you all for your support and encouragement of each of our incredible graduates. Before we move on to a performance of the UCLA Alma Mater, I want to remind you to all make sure you know where to go next in this commencement ceremony. Graduates, faculty, and staff, you will stay right where you are. Family and friends who are not already watching the ceremony from your student's departmental YouTube video, all of you, at the conclusion of the UCLA Alma Mater, please make sure to follow the link for your student's departmental celebration. You should see these links on the screen shortly. And they are also listed in the FAQ on our commencement website at commencement.arts.ucla.edu. And now, please enjoy the UCLA Alma Mater performed for us by the voice students from the Department of Music under the direction of Professor Michael Dean. Thank you.
Hail to the hills of Westwood, to the mighty sea below. Hail to our alma mater, she will conquer every foe. Forward, warriors, to the Southland, her honor we uphold. We'll gladly give our hearts to thee, to the blue and to the gold.
So everybody, this concludes part one of the School of the Arts and Architecture commencement ceremony. I wish you all the very best and look forward to staying in touch in the days and in the months and indeed in the years ahead. Stay well, and my best wishes to each and every one of you graduates for this summer and beyond. Thank you everybody for coming. Thank you.
Dear WACD grads, we have a graduation tradition in our department, which I don't want you to miss. Please close your eyes so that you can picture this in your imagination. I'll wait. Go ahead, really close them. We're outdoors, basking in the gleaming sun in front of Perloff Hall. The students from each department in the School of the Arts and Architecture have just filed across the Perloff platform to receive their diplomas from the dean. It's a buttoned-up affair, stuffy even, until WACD takes its turn. Suddenly, all your professors and graduate student TAs appear as if from nowhere to form a raucous receiving line just for you, congratulating you one by one. The mood is giddy and emotional. We're remembering our connections to one another, in my case, starting as far back as WAC 1. Remember WAC 1? Now, open your eyes. Congratulations, unforgettable class of 2021. We love you and wish you the very, very best. Please come back and visit us whenever you can.
Hello, class of 2021. This is Vic Marks signing off. Just thinking about what to say at this extraordinary moment, and no words would be enough, but here's a few thoughts. I hope you've learned something you value. I hope these years have helped you become more of the person you want to be. I hope you've learned how to learn, not necessarily from your presumed elders, but from everyone and everything around you forever. I hope you create joy and love and pleasure in your life and with others. And for me, just to say it's been such a pleasure to be on this part of the journey with you. I'm sending this with love. Vic.
Oh, brother, a video so can't do this. All right. Anyway, here we go. Woohoo! 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 I am so excited for you. So impressed with all that you have achieved in working towards this degree. So happy to think of you moving forward into the world, striving to make it a better place, fortified by what you've learned. Congratulations! High fives, elbow bumps, and a big virtual hug to you all.
Class of 2021, congratulations on all of your astounding achievements. One of them is that you are pioneers in virtual learning. You have entered into this strange new world with fearlessness and creativity. This new learning environment has not been easy, but I could see that you have all found many gems in transcending the challenges you have encountered. I am so excited to see how these treasures will seed your successes after graduation. Bravo to you all.
To the graduating class of 2021, you did it. Congratulations to all of you. It's been really, really wonderful getting to know you, and I hope that we stay connected in many years to come. Congratulations to all of you, and best wishes on a wonderfully bright future ahead.
To the class of 2021, it has been an honor to have worked with many of you over the last 4 years. I've had the privilege to witness you embrace the expansion of your own potential and that of your peers. You have harnessed the intelligence of your own dancing body and compositional voice in the most fabulous ways. You've experienced the smallest of breakthroughs and those that are more profound. As you've navigated your path as a WACD student, I am sure the many leaps of faith you've taken over these years is countless. Hats off to you all. And most brilliantly, you have listened to yourselves and your peers in the most brilliant and unique ways that will continue to serve you into your future. To each of you, congratulations and best wishes.
What's up, everybody? It's Jackie Lopez, aka Miss Fung, coming through to wish all the seniors, class of 2021, a huge love shout out. Congratulations, you guys did it. I have vivid memories of so many of you taking my class during your freshman year, trying to learn the bounce, the roll, the wave, the rock. And here you are now, senior year. Remember, hip hop is all about individuality, self-expression, unity, community, but also hip hop is about strength and resilience. And you guys showed that, especially this year through the pandemic. I have so much love and respect for all of you. And please keep moving forward, keep pushing forward, because you guys are literally the next generation, the future. Remember, live true and dance free. I'm gonna miss all of you, but forward from here on out. Take care. Peace.
Hey, graduates. I can't tell you how proud I am of you. It has been an honor to be inside the classrooms with you. I apologize for all the really bad jokes you had to put up with. It's not our fault. It just happens when you get older, you make bad jokes. You are a fantastic group of students, and I really look back at this last year and think, I cannot believe you made it not only through school, but during your senior year. You went through the most difficult year I could imagine, and I'm so proud to say that for many of you, I had you in my class, and I keep you in my heart. Have a great future.
Hello, class of 2021. A huge congratulations and big respect to you all for all your hard work, perseverance, and creative adaptability. Here's a short blessing for you drawn from some of the ideas that have come up as we've danced together these past few years. May you start before you're ready. May you continue to practice inspirability. May you reject the tyranny of scarcity mentalities. May you be generous with the energy you have to give. May you remember that rest can be radical. May you cultivate kinesthetic delights. May you insist on playfulness and fun. May you also hold yourself to rigor, but gently. May you have the courage to try things before you're an expert. May you treasure your interdependencies with others. May you let go of the habits that no longer serve your growth. May you know that you're already enough, and also that you're just getting started. Congratulations.
Hello, it's me here celebrating you wherever you are. Congratulations, happy graduation. So happy for you. What strikes me most about all of you is the kind of deep and really meaningful connection I've had to each of you. You've opened yourselves up to new and crazy ideas that I've had over and over. Spreadsheet, am I right? Pasta, ocean themes that may or may not ever come in handy for you, but you've always done it with such commitment, and you've been resilient and unflinching and curious always. And I saw that your freshman year. I saw it even more so over the past year, and it's just really inspiring to watch. And more than that, you've also given me so much over the years, and that kind of give and take and collaboration is just deeply embedded in all of you. And I know that that is a quality that's going to do so much for you in the future. So I hope you stay curious and honest and available and present, and have a great time today. Congratulations.
Hello, my name is Dan Fruit, Chair of UCLA's Department of World Arts and Cultures and Dance. It's my honor and privilege to welcome you to our portion of today's commencement ceremony and to add my congratulations to those of my esteemed colleagues in the preceding video. Even though we're not physically in Kaufman Hall, the Department of World Arts and Cultures and Dance acknowledges the Gabrielino Tongva peoples as the traditional caretakers of the land that UCLA occupies. We pay our respects to ancestors, elders, relatives, and relations, past, present, and emerging. And we are grateful to be visitors in this place. You know, one of the most moving and beautiful experiences as a professor is to watch your students transform before your eyes into your teachers, your friends, colleagues, peers, fellow travelers in the arts. And usually this would be that alchemical moment when you're in the world in one way as a college student, and then suddenly you're in the world in another way altogether, unpredictable. But this year, you've bypassed all of that. You've had to make that transformation way before the arrival of this moment, this communal ritual. You've already become those artists and activists and scholars because you had to, because the circumstances demanded it. And frankly, the rest of us needed you to. Because with every performance and paper and artwork and video and protest, you're making the world a better place for all of us. So congratulations, WACD class of 2021, and thank you. And now, it's my privilege to welcome from Paris, the esteemed opera director, MacArthur Fellow, director of the Boethius Institute, and distinguished professor of world arts and cultures, Peter Sellers.
Hello, awesome WACD beings. Hello, come in. Hello. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you so much for coming to UCLA. Thank you so much for arriving here and glowing and shining and finding each other and finding yourselves and finding us, the faculty, and finding the world. And just let's keep going. I mean, graduating, thank you, at last. It's happened. Hello, you've graduated. Yes. And now, as you heard me say, school is good, but life is so much better. And it's time for life. It's time for 100% 24/7 life. Hello. And please just plunge in and take all your love, all your wisdom, all your beauty, all your joy, all your kindness, all your insight, all your amazing sense of offering, sharing, giving, caring, all your beautiful kindness, all your beautiful understanding, all your beautiful way of supporting people, all your beautiful way of lifting everything you care about and everyone you care about, and lifting the people you don't care about, because we have to understand that we all have to care for all of us. And you, beautiful people, are the most amazing human beings who can cross all the lines, because that's what WACD is, World Arts and Cultures Dance. Everything is moving. Everything is moving. Hello, it's all in motion. Please, you now know there is no reason ever in your entire life to be stuck. Do not be stuck. Stay moving. Keep moving, keep it all moving. Allow yourself to move and groove and keep it rolling and keep it completely transforming and keep everything lifting and opening and expanding and deeply, deeply, deeply find the way to hug people post-COVID. Find the embrace. Find the way we touch each other. Find the human contact, the deep human contact that we were denied this last year. And you don't know how important something is till you don't have it. So now we know. Now we know we have to hold each other. We have to
embrace each other. We have to just generate all kinds of love for broken people and broken systems, for all the old things that just don't work because they never worked and that need to be made completely new, starting with your generation. All the justice that people are in the streets calling for, all the change that every one of us is so thirsty for. Hello. You've got it. And please go take it. Most times in history, the alternative is so hard for anybody to imagine. But right now, guess what? It's totally clear we can't keep doing what we've been doing. We really do have to do something else. Starting now. And starting with you. We've been through 3 generations of unbelievable cruelty and lack of regard. That you can step over a homeless person and that you don't notice that some families have everyone in prison and that some kids never met their parents because somebody's serving 25 to life for stealing chocolate chip cookies. It's just crazy. All that has to end now. We need to create systems of caring for people. My friends at Los Angeles Poverty Department, LAPD, the amazing theater company on Skid Row that's been going for 30 years, formed with homeless and formerly houseless people, they're starting this year a new program called Compassionate City. What is it to imagine a city, not as a series of hard luck stories, not as the cruelty of cement and steel and glass that couldn't care less whether you live or die, but a city of warmth, of care, of kindness, of regard that blesses everyone. And that we spend the same amount of money and the same amount of effort helping people instead of hurting them. And you can use your amazing insight that you've demonstrated here in these years at UCLA to look deep into how to help people, to look deep into how to reimagine, how to rebuild, how to regenerate, how to repair. What is the road to recovery of you, your family, your neighborhood, the country, the planet, the ecosystem, the water, the air? Right now, you don't have a job waiting for you, and what a relief, because it's time to do the jobs that haven't been done yet and that people did not know were the jobs, the important jobs that need to be done. And you are going to invent these jobs, you're going to fill these jobs, and you're going to understand what these jobs could be and demonstrate it to the world. I want to just say, I love you so much, and I really feel so much emotion being with this class. And thank you for your time here. I just feel so moved, and that these years are so rich. And now let's share that richness with the world. And step 1, could we please turn around and just see all the beautiful people who helped us to be ourselves? And I mean boyfriends and girlfriends and friends and brothers and sisters and parents and grandparents, all the people who ever cared for you and all the people you ever cared for, and even the people you fought, all made you who you are, because none of us are who we are by ourselves. We're all who we are because of every single person we know, every single person who helped us, or every single person who, well, it didn't feel like helping at the time, but now we realize, okay, that's how we became who we are. Could we stop and please thank every one of these people right now? And could we just keep that attitude of gratitude every single damn day and just regenerate our positive energy by starting with the gratitude day after day and looking around and remembering why we're grateful to be alive, why we're grateful to be here, and everything in our lives that is such a gift. We live in the gift economy. Everything we've ever had was a gift. And everything we've ever been given, we have to give to someone else. That's the real economy, is the gift economy. And you guys are so gifted, and therefore will be such amazing givers. I want to just say, coming through this year, it's clear this is the beginning of a new era in human history. Can I just say, please go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it with all the absolute high energy and super joyousness. And when it really hurts, know that every part of you is being deepened. As the Dalai Lama says, you have to be grateful to your enemies. They deepen your practice. We have to go really deep to do the things that need to be done right now. And so take your deep selves and keep digging. Keep going all the way. And feel every moment for everything that's the obstacle and the setback. What education is about is you can see to the other side of the obstacle. Most people just see the obstacle. But what it means to be educated is you know there's something on the other side of that obstacle. And you know the only way to get around that obstacle is to go right through it. Fearlessly. To be afraid of nothing. And to show people love. The world needs so much love right now. There is so much pain. There's so much loss. There's so much hurt. There's so much damage. Can I just say, every single day, more love. Every single day, more love. Every single day, more love, more love. The planet needs your love. The planet needs our love. Every human being you meet needs love and support and positive reinforcement, affirmation. My mom, in the last couple of years, as some of you know from my classes, her memory's gone. She's in a place that has an amazing memory care program. And the memory care program has an incredibly high-tech approach. It's affirmation therapy. Every day, they tell my mother how much they love her. And whatever she says, they don't say, oh, you forgot this. Oh, you got that wrong. Oh, no, don't you remember this? They just lift her and support her and shower her with love and let her know how beautiful she is. And let her not worry and let her not panic, but open the beautiful flower that is her being into her full radiance. This is the time for flowering. This is the time for radiance. Let's grow and bloom and let our fragrance fill the world. Thank you, beautiful people, for being with us at UCLA. Please come back. Please call. Please text. We love you. And meanwhile, congratulations on becoming your amazing selves. And I'm looking forward to everything incredible that you're about to do in this world. Love, love, love.
Thank you, Peter. And there is a lot of love for you in the chat, a lot of beating hearts. So love to you, Peter Sellers. And now, another meditation on the theme of time from the world-renowned scholar, activist, theater director, actor, writer, producer, spoken word artist, founding director of the UCLA Prison Education Program, and professor of African American Studies and World Arts and Cultures, Dr. Breon Bain.
What odds are you up against? 93 million miles from the sun, 90 miles under the earth, under 700,000 pounds worth of pressure for no less than 1 billion years. Carbon-rich rocks grind near the mantle of the planet, rise over 6,000 degrees and manage to shine. You see, a diamond is a lump of coal that stuck it out. Like time confined behind enemy lines, so cold, no soul can thaw, so it thugs you out. 1 out of 5 molecules inside of you is carbon. That carbon used in paint on canvas and brushes. That carbon diffused from a pen as ink rushes. That carbon in the graphite of a lead pencil. An artist clutches under pressure. With just enough time at the right temperature, that carbon stardust in us is reborn in its richest form. Art against the odds. Lyrics outlive armored cars. No matter how the road gets hard, blood splattered on the boulevard, no man can stop the spark of God. Art against the odds. At the bottom of the barrel, after falling to your peril, recall the caterpillar as a herald of sky. Wings within draw near to fly. Art against the odds, even giants surrender to the singer's song. Goliath was no match for young David's psalms. That stone in his palm sang until the enemy was gone and the boy was crowned king with his own throne to sit on. Art against the odds, as it is written in the stars, braided in the DNA of who we are. Blues melodies are the remedy for scars. Spit 16 bars to defuse that ticking time bomb. The ants can conquer the elephant. A rose rises through the sediment. Our story illuminates evidence, the brilliance of resilience born in our basic elements. Art against the odds embraces our flaws and laughs at unjust laws with irreverence. Moves military squads and heals wounds with good bush medicine. Gives clues to the invisible and brings together the broken parts of us into the indivisible until so invincible even after being crushed we rise up. Art for and against gives birth to the best defense, the defenseless ever since. Without recompense we art the world, Noah's Ark, the world when drenched with doubt and cynicism. Art survives the bars of the largest prison. Toilet paper and toothpaste transform into chess pieces until the day the Louisiana State Penitentiary releases the Angola 3 after 44 years in their 6x9 box where Albert Wood Fox was locked in silence. The coal under pressure makes diamonds. And so our minds shine and glisten like a soldier on his last mission in enemy territory, captured in the final chapter of his story, facing a firing squad, using his last words to pass along that old poem he once heard. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, with my very last breath I say, I lived my life, and I will give my life like that spark in the dark at the heart of the earth where fallen stars torn apart come together disguised as dirt, but you can't hide our worth. When the going gets hard, we make art against all odds.
Thank you, Brian. And now it gives me great pleasure to present to you the graduating class of the UCLA Department of World Arts and Cultures and Dance. Earning the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Culture and Performance, Ajani Branham.
I'm not supposed to say anything, right? I don't have anything prepared. I hope not, but thank you all.
Ellen Gertis. Mika Lior. Jeremy Peretz. Jing Cho Guan. Joanna Kirk. Philip Petkovsky. Elaine Sullivan. Now, earning the degree of Master of Fine Arts in Choreographic Inquiry, Willie Sully. Cara Janelle Wade. Clara August. Earning the degree of Master of Fine Arts in Dance, Tula B. Strong. Mariana Varviani. Emily Barish. Now earning the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Dance, Natalie Bernal. Claudia Ann Borton. Nicholas Alexander Chu. Alicia Marie Davis. Kathleen DeNicola. Asia Mariam Desert. Hannah Curran Ferguson. Justin Cyrus Torres Gamboa. Alexis Iritani. Miguel Madrid Jr. Aubrey Mamed. Madeline Elaine Nobita. Abiageli Abi Obodo. Natalie Angelina Olivares. Caitlin Elizabeth Olson. Masai Isabel Piliavin Godwin. McKenna Kujulis Sekimoto. Oriana Elizabeth Simon. Carson Page Daniels Speth. Bella Stenval. Allie Wade. Paywand Bagel. Lauren Barrett. Emily Bellecci. Julia Cheng. Yingru Huang. Megan Hafes. Hyun Jun Kim. Isabella Kimmel. Kelly Liu. Devin Jeffrey Mallory. And now, earning the degree of Bachelor of Arts in World Arts and Cultures, Karen Elizabeth Apple. Marisa Christina Black. Deanna Rosa Castro. Ava Maitland Durbrow. Jamaica Leah Hines. Mirei Horiuchi. Lucy Jane Kamgar.
Thank you.
Rachel Elizabeth Provetti.
It already happened.
Let's go!
Gabriella Roseman. Emma Rose Scher.
That's great.
Alexandra Thomas. Naomi Christine Van. Hannah Olivia Young. Alyssa Bonfigli. Jarrell Thomas Briggs. Martha Dorothy Cabot. Brenda Noemi Garcia. Grace Shaw Gibbons. Jordan Shengtang Goheen. Leora Krantman. Annabelle Urim Lee. Caleb Justin McGee. Electa Macy Narrison. Paloma Akio Paramaglathan. Shelby Amanda Ravitch. Chloe Antonia Taylor. Maya Thompson. Mia Naomi Teller. Christopher Warrington. Geneva Marie West. Kanan Bradford White. Karina Shana Zisman. Congratulations all. And now we are pleased to welcome back Dean Brett Steele, who will officially confer the student degrees.
Hey, thank you. First, to our graduate students, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I hereby confer upon each of you the respective master's degrees for which you have been presented with all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations. And now to our undergraduate students, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree for which you have been presented with all the rights and the privileges pertaining thereto. Well, there is clearly nothing conventional about the form of our ceremony this year. The turning of the tassel is a centuries-long academic tradition for students earning the bachelor's degree. For those undergraduate students who have perhaps made their own mortarboard and tassel this year, now is that moment. Starting with the tassel on the right side of your mortarboard, I ask you now to join the select company of UCLA graduates by moving your tassels to the left. Congratulations.
Congratulations indeed, and thank you, Dean Steele. And thank you to the staff who have been working tirelessly behind the scenes to create this online commencement ceremony, especially Jason Corbett, Kylie Kerrigan, Avishai Artsy, and Anne-Marie Burke from the School of the Arts and Architecture, and World Arts and Cultures dance staff members Ginger Olguin, Lynn Tatum, Will O'Loughlin, Mark Goebel, Arsenio Apayanis, April Yang, Megan Taylor, Isabella Danienica, Ayu Larasanti, and Marcia Argolo, and our incredible students on this year's commencement committee, Justin Gamboa, Ava Durbro, and Mika Lior. And thanks as well to our friends at Keen Productions. You know who you are. And now it's time to party. Here's how it's going to work. In a moment, we will open 3 different Zoom sessions, one for graduate students, one for dance, and one for WAC. The links for those rooms will appear in the chat of this Zoom session and in the comments on our YouTube live stream. You're welcome to circulate between these Zoom sessions to congratulate the newly minted graduates. Class of 2021, you are graduating into a world that needs you. Thank you and congratulations. And now, as it should be, we're going to let the students have the last word as we leave you with a video montage of their messages to each other and samples of their work, with background music by Robert Ian.
Hi, to all my fellow graduates, I want to say congratulations. We did it. Yeah, even though I haven't met all of you physically, I could still feel that there was an entire community supporting me behind, and I'm really grateful for that. Now it's our turn to get out and change the world. Barka, thank you. Merci.
Hey everyone, congratulations. I want to send a big thank you to all of our professors who've pushed me to be vulnerable as an artist, encouraged me to write poems, create sculptures, curate exhibitions, and create in collaboration with incarcerated students. I also want to thank all of my peers, who many of you have become lifelong friends, collaborators, and artistic inspirations. And then I also just want to say that I feel incredibly lucky to have experienced this growth of the past 4 years with all of you, and I can't wait to see what everyone will create next. Thanks.